Welcome to the betting shop here on the Jamie Hinks Fantasy Football Network, which is a new show where I get my mate Adam Hull in from SunBets to go through some of the most popular bets ahead of the coming weekend to try and guess how many goals are going to be going in at each ground, who's going to be scoring them, and there'll be a recommended bet at the end that can hopefully win you lots of money. So, with no further ado, I've got Adam Hull on the line from SunBets. You're right, Adam.
Hi there, good. Hello, Jamie. You're right.
Yeah, good, mate. So, as I asked you last time, where are all the goals going to be going in this weekend so people can get players in their fantasy teams?
Well, I think this weekend it all revolves around the early kickoff, Chelsea Arsenal. It's the big game of the weekend, and it's Costa again up against an Arsenal team who notoriously do not like playing against the big centre forward. Drogba destroyed him time and time again. Costa seems to have taken up that mantle. And after the miss against Liverpool, the penalty miss, he's going to be bang up for it. So you've got to be thinking that he could be good value for finding the score sheet. He's priced at 21-10, so just over 2-1 to find any time and Chelsea win, which I think a win for Chelsea is almost one step closer to clinching that title, and I think that they're good value for the win, and I think Costa will be on the score sheet. If you fancy him to get a couple of goals, he's 15-4, so nearly 3-1, which isn't too bad. Aside from that game, I think there could be a fair few goals in the Spurs-Middlesbrough game, the whole Liverpool game, and the Everton-Bournemouth game. Starting with Spurs, they can't afford any more slip-ups after they dropped the points in midweek. For them to score over 3.5 goals against a Middlesbrough team who seem to be sort of on the slide. Karanka hates the fans. It's not all rosy at Borough. Spurs to score over 3.5 goals is 7-2. And a Kane hat-trick if you fancy Harry to sort of rediscover that scoring form that he was on recently. That's 9-2, nearly 5-1, which isn't bad. Or Dele Alli anytime, just over evens. He's been the man of the season for them so far in my eyes, and I think he could be good value to send Middlesbrough packing without any points. Liverpool, they are a team who need a result. That goes without saying. They've been shocking in 2017 so far. Yet to beat anyone apart from Plymouth, I think. But I quite like the look of Mane, 2 or more goals at 7-1. I think he's the danger man for Liverpool. With they're famous. They've got lacking a centre forward really this season, and I think Mane could be the one to do the damage against Hull. And then Everton, Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a team who really look to be on the slide. There's always a team that starts to get dragged into the relegation scrap second half of the season, and I think that could be Bournemouth. Everton, they're a little bit hit and miss, but as we saw when they battered Manchester City, if they turn it on at home, they're perfectly capable of giving anyone a game, and I think that they will. They'll just have too much for Bournemouth. You've got to be looking at Lukaku. He's their main man up front, so Lukaku 2 or more goals at 3-1. I think he's the best value bet in that match.
Yeah, because one of the interesting ones I've looked at actually is Southampton West Ham, because West Ham seem to be one of these teams that can get an absolute battering every so often. And I mean, Southampton showed the other week when they beat Leicester 3-0. I know Leicester haven't been great this season, but I mean, is that somewhere? I mean, if people are looking for kind of like under the radar goals, for example, do you think that's maybe a game, or even Watford at home to Burnley?
That's not a game I'd be going very close to be honest. They're two teams. Burnley, obviously, when they're at home, are brilliant. It's what's keeping them up. Burnley away, not so good, but I just don't trust Watford. Watford at home, even against a team who haven't got a great away record, they're too inconsistent for me. So it's a game that I probably wouldn't be touching myself, but I may well be proven wrong.
Yeah, it's mainly due to the Burnley away form that I'm thinking. I mean, they've got the worst away record in the league, and it just makes me think that you could pick someone like Mbaye Niang, the guy they just signed from Milan, or even Tom Cleverley seems to be taking the set pieces. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think he's someone cheap that you could get in there and maybe get a bit of upside from. Anyway, we'll get your bet of the week now. See if we can win some people a little bit of money as well as betting on their fantasy team. So what have we got this week?
That I'm quite a fan of these anytime goal scorer markets because they're keeping you involved all game. I've picked out 3 of the players from the games we mentioned earlier. You can get an anytime goal scorer on Lukaku, Mane, and Dele Alli at 9-1, nearly 10-1. All 3 of them going up against teams who, they're strong favourites to win the games. And if anyone's going to do the damage, I think it could be those 3. So that'd be my pick for this week.
Yeah, this sounds like one time in my life I'm going to actually back Romelu Lukaku for once. So,
well, he can be a very frustrating player to back because there'll be sort of spells when he'll go on runs and not get a goal even against teams that you expect them to batter. But I think against Bournemouth, he's going to be their main man.
Yeah, okay, so he's got a score. I wasn't impressed with Bournemouth at all on Tuesday night, so I think it's a great one to do. But anyway, thanks a lot for joining us again, Adam, and we'll catch up again next week.
Great stuff. Good to meet.
So, guys, that was Adam Hull there from SunBets giving us his favourite bets of the week. So, thank you very much, Adam. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up below. There'll be plenty more content coming up just before the weekend because there's a big Premier League 7-game slate on the main slate on Saturday this week. So I'll be going through my picks tomorrow afternoon and there'll be a video up there. There was also a video earlier on this week where I looked at a few of the signings in the transfer window alongside my Italian football expert Edo Del Monte. So definitely check that out if you have time. If you like all the content, subscribe now, and thank you very much for watching and goodbye.